By the time we hit month 4, a lot of the habits that we were trying in months 2 and 3 have become easy. We don't think about them anymore. We just drink all that water without even thinking about it. We're going to the gym without any kind of friction at all. The clothes are out, the shoes are out. We know what class we like. We know the instructors we like, the ones we don't like. Our sleep has evened out because we've adjusted what is really working well for us and what needed to be tweaked. Month 2 and 3, that happens. And so by 4, we're starting to cruise on some things. By 4, it's time to re-look at those goals. Now, we're keeping an eyeball on them, right, out of the corner of our eye the whole time we're going. But month 4 comes, and we're pulling those things out. All right, let's look at these. Which of these goals have we already met? Which of these goals do we need to throw aside because actually we've decided they're not in line with what we really want for ourselves? Okay. Which of these goals are like, wow, this still is a goal I think will get me somewhere good I want to go, but I hadn't done anything that has impacted my forward movement for this goal. In the beginning, in those first few sessions, the first month and a half, we have sessions that are heavy. There's just no other way to describe them. You're doing the heavy lifting of why you've been in your way. And you have been in your way. We're doing the heavy lifting of loving yourself, even though now you've discovered that what's been in your way is not anyone else. It's actually you. And we're loving you through it and be like, okay, I was in my way. Great. Because guess who I can move? Me. I can't move another person, but I can sure as heck move me. So we're doing those, and it's a heavier process. By the time we hit month 4, we're planning actions, and it's no longer having to plan out an action like we would do in month 2 or 3. Month 2 or 3, when we're planning actions, we are getting them down to the detail. What's going to happen if you say you're going to take that run outside and it's raining that day? What's your backup plan? What's liable to get in your way? How confident do you feel you're actually going to do that? What support do you need to be able to do that, meet that action this week? By the time we hit 4, 5, and 6, it's like, okay, where do you want to focus today? You want to focus on this barrier? You want to focus on this strength and lean into that? Okay, great. How do you feel about, whatever tweak you want to make? Great. When are you going to do that? Oh, you're going to do that on Monday? Fantastic. How confident do you feel? You feel good? All right, break. Sometimes I actually say to my people, all right, hands in, break, go team, whoop. And you're out of there. It's a much different conversation than in the first, 6 weeks of coaching. But you don't get there if you don't do the heavy lifting in the front. And then by the time we hit 5 months, we're beginning to see, where do we really need to screw down? Where do we really need to get if we're going to go to those goals, if the goals are still applicable? And by the time we hit 6 months, it's hard to even pull them in for their last appointment because they're rocking and rolling. Then what we do is we go on a monthly call. And it's a call that's a tether, because no matter how easily those habits that you started in month 2 feel in month 4, 5, and 6, life is life. Life will happen, and when it happens, all this 6 months of work in your 53 years of life can fall to the wayside, and those old patterns for 52 and a half years of life can come back in. And that is okay. We do that phone call to make sure, like, hey, how you doing? This is your check-in. This is your, are the wheels on the bus? Are they slightly off the bus? Can we find the wheels? What do we need to do? So that my clients can have the support they need for that longevity. Now, sometimes big things happen, And the wheels do roll off the bus and down the hill and out of the county. And we need to come back into session, back into maybe that 3-month package, back into maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions and clean up. Sometimes everything is so great and that first package is so behind us now because all of those habits are solid that we want more. We want another level. And clients will get another 6-month package because they're ready now to work on that other layer. That's also fun. So when we look, and it's funny because when we go into that second 6-month package, the people who get a second 6-month package, we don't have to do the first month, second month of the heavy lifting. They've done the heavy lifting. So we go right into, all right, let's just check in on your vision for yourself. Let's check in on what goals you want to go to, and let's start. So it's a lot easier for them because they just have to take a peek over at the heavy lifting and then get right back into action, which is where we create results for our life. So I just thought that would be helpful for me to describe really what it looks like when someone comes to work with me for 6 months. It's a journey. It's a privilege. It's joyful. It's hard. It's growth. It's purposeful. It's not hard with no purpose. And I don't know. What a real privilege and gift it is for me to be alongside people as they grow, learn, work, suffer, live with purpose, and create a life they really love.